The second walked onto that Met Gala carpet, wearing what the internet instantly called a skirt. Social media lost its mind, but then made things way darker by claiming this wasn't fashion at all. According to Katt, Hollywood allegedly humiliates celebrities publicly to test their obedience. And suddenly, people started connecting terrifying dots. Why do the biggest stars always end up wearing the strangest outfits?
Hot, hot, hot. This is very hot. A year ago, the conversation centered on Shaboose. This time, the spotlight has shifted to The Rock, Damson, Idris, and several other black men whose Met Gala looks have sparked a wave of backlash. Yet the criticism didn't stop with the men. Plenty of viewers were just as stunned by what Dumi showed up wearing. Serena Williams also drew intense reactions, with many people wondering how no one on her team stepped in and said that the final look might come across as extreme. Cardi B ended up in that same conversation too, after people compared her outfit to something far more bizarre than glamorous. All of it fed into a much larger debate that keeps resurfacing whenever celebrities walk into major events dressed in ways that feel designed to shock. For years, people have talked about the so-called dress ritual, the claim that male stars are pushed toward dresses, skirts, or other unexpected fashion choices as part of some symbolic act meant to strip away masculinity.
There are always those looks at the Met Gala that nobody really likes. Gigi Hadid showed up in an outfit that really disappointed her fans. It wasn't really on theme, and the underwear detail didn't match the dress. Rosé showed up in her usual style, staying very loyal to black dresses. Many said she needs to hire a new stylist, and that AI photos of her looked so much better. Cardi B showed up in a dress that many people struggled to understand, saying it looked like intestines. And once she lifted her dress, we could see her 9-inch pink platform heels matching with it.
That theory has circulated online for a long time, and every time a high-profile man appears in an unconventional look, the idea comes roaring back even louder. Now, Katt Williams is adding a different layer to that discussion, and his take is even more unsettling to the people already paying attention. In his view, the outfit itself is not the real story. The clothing is only the surface. What matters, according to Katt, is what the moment is supposed to prove. He argues that these over-the-top fashion choices function like a test of loyalty, not just a publicity stunt, not simply a bold artistic statement, a test.
From that perspective, the question becomes much darker. How far is a celebrity willing to go to show obedience to the system around them? Katt's claim is that the strange outfits, the public embarrassment, and the carefully staged reactions are all meant to measure compliance. In other words, if someone is willing to wear something that invites ridicule from millions of people, what else might they agree to later?
The outfits that some of these celebrities wear to the Met Gala are actually insane. Like Kim Kardashian's corset was so tight that it left an actual imprint on her back for the next few weeks. And apparently she was in so much pain that she could barely get out of bed for the rest of the month. Not to mention Kylie Jenner's shoes were so tight that she had to get a special adhesive just to remove them, to which she ended up just breaking the heels off, even though they cost her thousands of dollars. But the worst one in my opinion might be Tyla's dress from last year, because it was literally so tight that she could not even walk around and had to have a personal security guard carry her everywhere.
That is the core of what he's suggesting. It's less about fabric and more about control. His argument paints the entire spectacle as a kind of conditioning process. First comes the attention-grabbing outfit. After that comes the online mockery, the think pieces, the memes, and the endless debate. Through it all, the celebrity stays in the spotlight while also proving they can absorb public criticism without pushing back. According to Katt's interpretation, that endurance is part of the point. It shows submission. It signals that the person can be directed, managed, and kept in line. What makes this even more explosive is that he doesn't stop at red carpet fashion. Katt goes further and suggests that the same pattern extends across celebrity culture as a whole. In his framing, the odd outfits are just one visible piece of a much bigger machine. The humiliation, he says, is not accidental. The controversies that seem to pop up every other week are not always as spontaneous as they look either. Even the debates that dominate social media for days at a time may serve a larger purpose in keeping the public distracted, divided, and emotionally invested.
He also claims that many people are focusing on the wrong symbol while missing the underlying mechanism. Instead of asking why a star wore something unusual, he believes the better question is who benefits from turning these moments into spectacles and what message is being sent behind the scenes.
The internet completely lost it the second Katt Williams connected Dwayne Johnson to Hollywood's so-called humiliation rituals. Because people weren't just laughing at The Rock's Met Gala outfit anymore, they were asking why one of the toughest men in entertainment suddenly showed up wearing something social media instantly compared to a dress. And things got worse after old conspiracy theories resurfaced claiming powerful Hollywood elites allegedly pressure male celebrities into embarrassing public moments as some twisted loyalty test.
To him, it all points back to power, influence, and the pressure to conform if you want continued access to fame, opportunity, and protection within the industry. Whether people agree with Katt Williams or reject his theory completely, one thing is obvious. These celebrity fashion moments are no longer being seen as just fashion. For a growing number of viewers, they have become clues in a much larger story about image, control, and the hidden rules of staying inside the club. Some people insist all of this is linked to something far darker. In their view, it goes beyond fashion, celebrity culture, or red carpet spectacle. They argue it points to occult symbolism, even claiming powerful figures in Hollywood are involved in rituals most people dismiss as conspiracy talk, while the public stays distracted by designer labels and celebrity styling. With that in mind, this year's Met Gala sparked plenty of criticism. For a night that is supposed to celebrate bold interpretation and high-concept fashion, many viewers felt the event completely missed the mark. The biggest complaint was simple. Hardly anyone seemed to follow the theme. Instead of memorable, imaginative looks, the carpet was filled with outfits that struck people as safe, plain, and surprisingly uninspired. For an event built on theatrical fashion, that disappointed a lot of people watching.
Another talking point quickly took over the conversation. Every year, there always seems to be one outfit that becomes the center of online debate. And this time, much of that attention landed on The Rock. He appeared wearing a skirt-style garment and paired it with a watch reportedly worth $3.3 million. Naturally, people had questions, and when he was asked about the look, he explained it by referencing his cultural background. His response was that, in his culture, the strongest and most masculine men wear skirts. To be fair, there is real cultural context behind that statement. In many Polynesian traditions, men do wear wraparound garments that may resemble skirts to outside observers. Those garments are part of long-standing cultural dress and carry genuine significance. That part is not in dispute. Where the criticism came in was over the actual styling of his Met Gala appearance. A lot of people online argue that what he wore did not look like traditional Polynesian clothing at all. Instead, they felt the outfit came across more like a tailored women's fashion look than a clear nod to ceremonial or cultural attire. Because of that, many viewers were not convinced by the explanation, and the reaction online reflected that skepticism almost immediately. Social media, especially X, lit up with blunt commentary. One post that gained attention mocked the entire moment by saying that they had finally gotten The Rock into a dress, adding that he resisted longer than most.
Pleated skirt, and I was like, well, look, in our culture, Polynesian culture, we rock lava lavas, we rock skirts. The most masculine men, but not that I'm one of them, but the most masculine men wear lava lavas and skirts.
The post then shifted into a broader claim about Hollywood, suggesting that public embarrassment rituals involving male stars of color are still very much a pattern in the entertainment industry. That kind of comment shows just how divided the reaction became. On one side, some people saw the outfit as a harmless fashion choice mixed with cultural inspiration. On the other, critics viewed it as part of a larger pattern they believe keeps repeating in celebrity culture, where high-profile men are pushed into looks that generate confusion, controversy, and endless debate. What made the moment stand out even more was the larger context of the evening. Since so many attendees were already being criticized for dull or off-theme fashion, any unusual outfit was bound to attract extra attention. The Rock's look ended up becoming bigger than just one celebrity's red carpet choice. For many people, it turned into a symbol of everything they thought was off about the event: weak execution, questionable styling, and a constant need to manufacture viral moments. Whether people saw it as fashion experimentation, cultural expression, or something more calculated, one thing is clear: the look did not land the way it may have been intended. Instead of admiration, it sparked disbelief, mockery, and a wave of commentary questioning both the outfit itself and the message behind it.
The Rock defended the outfit by saying masculine Polynesian men traditionally wear garments similar to skirts, but the internet didn't care. They said this wasn't culture, this was symbolism. Suddenly, fans started digging through years of celebrity fashion controversies looking for patterns. Why do stars always wear the weirdest outfits right before major career moves? Why do they smile through public humiliation like they already accepted the deal?
For critics of the Met Gala, it became another example of an event that promises spectacle but often delivers confusion instead. A few major stars were already getting dragged online, but one comment pushed the conversation into even messier territory. According to that take, whenever a male celebrity shows up wearing something traditionally feminine, it's supposedly a sign that his career is slipping and he's doing whatever it takes to stay in the room and keep the roles coming. It was a wild accusation, but it shows just how intense the reactions have become anytime a man in Hollywood experiments with fashion. Damson Idris got pulled into that same storm almost immediately. Social media wasted no time clowning him, with some people saying he was moving with a soft, overly delicate vibe on the carpet. Since he had recently split from Lori Harvey, plenty of viewers tied that into the moment too, pointing out that he arrived at the Met Gala by himself. That alone was enough to get people talking, but the jokes kept building. Even without wearing a skirt, he still became a target for endless comments about the energy he was giving off. A few people even confused him for Lil Nas X, which only added more fuel to the online pile-on. What made the criticism even louder was the fact that this year's Met Gala had a very specific creative direction. The exhibition theme was costume art, while the dress code given to guests was fashion is art. In other words, this was not the kind of event where you show up halfway committed. The expectation was bold, the intentional style. Because of that, some viewers looked at Damson's appearance and basically asked whether he had put in much effort at all. Compared to the level of imagination people expect from the Met, his look didn't exactly silence the doubters. A$AP Rocky, however, clearly did not have the problem of undercommitting. He absolutely went for it. Whether that worked in his favor is a completely different question. His outfit sparked a flood of reactions, and many of them were brutal. One person joked that he had finally embraced the glamorous persona people always suspected was somewhere inside him. Another said he looked like he had stepped out in what resembled a pink Victoria's Secret bathrobe. Harsh? Definitely. Memorable? No question.
That's the thing about the Met Gala. Playing it safe can get you ignored, but taking a huge swing can turn you into the punchline of the night. There's barely any middle ground. If your look is too plain, people say you missed the assignment. If it's too dramatic, they act like you've lost the plot completely.
These are some of the worst Met Gala looks we saw in 2026. Tabitha Mandava is literally a Chanel ambassador, yet the brand dressed her in something as simple as a blouse and jeans. Someone said, finally a Met outfit I can afford. There's nothing wrong with Hudson Williams' outfit, but the makeup artist seriously needs a timeout. Carly Kloss looked like she was dressed like an onion, giving us yet another truly atrocious Met look. The only acceptable thing about Rachel Sennett's outfit was at least that it was on theme. Rosé, I think it's time to hire a new stylist. It's like Rosé's just been wearing the exact same outfit at every Met, just in different fonts.
For celebrities, it becomes a no-win situation, where every outfit gets judged from 10 different angles before they've even made it fully up the carpet. Still, the men were not the only ones being dissected online. The women got just as much scrutiny, if not more. One look in particular had people completely stuck, and that was Doechie's. Viewers couldn't stop staring, not because they were impressed, but because they seemed genuinely confused by what they were looking at. The reaction was less admiration and more disbelief. People kept asking the same question over and over. What exactly was the vision here? That's really what made the entire conversation so chaotic. The Met Gala is supposed to celebrate fashion as artistic expression, but the internet treats it like a live scorecard. Every detail gets turned into a verdict. Every outfit becomes a debate. And by the end of the night, it's not just about who looks stylish. It becomes about who got mocked, who got memed, and who walked away as the most talked about person on the carpet. Those so-called invisible Balenciaga heels raised an obvious question. What exactly were they supposed to achieve? To many viewers, the styling didn't come across as bold or artistic. It felt degrading. One person reacting to Doechie's outfit wrote that the look was deeply upsetting to witness. Another said the presentation was disappointing and unsettling in the way it framed her.
Erin Rose Phillip also became part of that wider conversation. She made history as the first Black transgender woman with quadriplegic cerebral palsy to sign with a major modeling agency and she received an invitation to this year's Met Gala. No criticism is directed at her personally. The concern people are voicing is about the institutions around her. Some are asking whether the agency that signed her, or Anna Wintour herself, genuinely values her as a person, or whether her appearance is being positioned as a symbol to serve a broader image campaign.
The first black transgender woman with quadriplegic cerebral palsy signed to a major modeling agency arrived at the Met Gala.
She's not a woman, dude. Not a woman. There's man, woman. I don't give a shit what you do after that. We look at you as mentally. So that's a guy dressed up like a girl on a wheelchair. I usually feel sympathy when I see him in the chair, not this one. This one time is the first time in my life I don't feel sympathy in the wheelchair. I'll be honest with you.
That suspicion is what fuels a much larger debate. For critics, moments like these are not isolated fashion choices. They see them as part of a pattern in which public figures are placed in visually extreme situations that invite attention, discomfort, and controversy all at once. From that point of view, the event begins to look less like a celebration of creativity and more like a stage-managed spectacle. This is where comments from Katt Williams come back into the discussion. He has spoken about alleged humiliation rituals in the entertainment world, along with rumors about strange symbolic behavior operating behind the scenes. Whether people fully believe those claims or not, his remarks have clearly shaped the way some audiences interpret high-profile events like the Met Gala. Instead of seeing it as simply an elite fundraiser for the Costume Institute, they view it as something far more theatrical and unsettling, a modern social ritual where fame and self-display are pushed to bizarre extremes. Under that lens, the official theme almost becomes irrelevant. The real expectation, critics argue, is not elegance or originality. It is submission to the spectacle. The message, in their eyes, is simple. Give up your dignity for the moment. Wear whatever draws the loudest reaction and become part of the machine.
Look at the fashion that often dominates headlines after the event. The pieces are frequently less about beauty and more about shock. Outfits can appear distorted, restrictive, overly revealing, or oddly dehumanizing. Feathers piled to excess, latex and chain details that suggest discomfort more than glamour, silhouettes exaggerated to the point where the person wearing them almost disappears beneath the concept. In those cases, the individual stops looking like a guest at a prestigious event and starts resembling a prop in a much larger performance. That is why the backlash keeps resurfacing year after year. People are not only reacting to unusual clothes, they are reacting to the feeling that something more calculated is happening. What is being sold as avant-garde expression can, to skeptics, look more like ritualized embarrassment packaged as luxury culture. For supporters of the event, of course, the Met Gala remains an important showcase for fashion, celebrity, and artistic experimentation. Yet for those who see a deeper pattern, the red carpet tells a different story entirely. They see a place where status is maintained by proving how far someone is willing to go, how strange they are willing to look, and how much personal dignity they are willing to trade for relevance. That is the bigger picture critics keep pointing to. Beneath the glamour, beneath the headlines, beneath the official explanations, they believe the real performance is about public surrender, disguised as style. What makes these looks so unsettling is the way they erase the person underneath. A familiar star walks in as a polished public figure, then appears on those steps, transformed into something eerie, unnatural, almost like a living symbol instead of a human being. The usual beauty and glamour are stripped away and replaced with imagery that feels cold, theatrical, and intentionally bizarre.
Viewed that way, the Met Gala starts to resemble more than a fashion event. Those famous faces are marched up the staircase in outfits that invite confusion, ridicule, and endless internet jokes. Yet they're expected to hold a perfect smile the entire time. That raises the obvious question: why would anyone willingly take part in that? Katt's interpretation is that showing up in those extreme looks is a loyalty check. In that reading, the outfit itself becomes the challenge. Are you willing to put on something absurd, restrictive, or openly humiliating because powerful people asked you to? Will you stand motionless in designer clothing while millions of strangers mock what you're wearing and question your sanity? From that perspective, compliance is rewarded. The people who go along with it keep their access, stay in the good graces of the industry, and continue receiving attention, status, and opportunity. Refusing, on the other hand, is seen by some as a fast track to being pushed out. Others take the theory even further by focusing on the symbols built into the costumes. They point to repeated visual elements that they believe carry darker meanings: horns, oversized eyes, inverted crosses, shattered doll references, and other imagery that feels unsettling rather than elegant. Whether that interpretation is fair or not, those details have fueled years of speculation because they show up again and again in slightly different forms. Another layer of suspicion comes from the event's timing. The Met Gala takes place on the first Monday in May, which many people note lands close to Beltane, an ancient pagan fire festival. For critics already convinced there's something deeper going on, that calendar overlap only adds more intrigue. Once that connection is made, they begin noticing recurring motifs everywhere: serpents, blindfolds, towering architectural designs that limit movement, and outfits that make the wearers seem trapped inside the clothing rather than empowered by it. That physical restriction is part of what keeps the conversation alive. Some of these garments are so rigid and exaggerated that the celebrity can barely walk, turn, or even stand naturally. Instead of looking expressive, they appear controlled, almost staged, as if the goal is not personal style, but surrender to the concept. To skeptics, that isn't creative freedom. It looks more like submission disguised as high fashion. Concern grows even more when younger people seem to be pulled into the same aesthetic world. Critics have pointed out occasions when children connected to celebrity culture were styled in ways they considered disturbing or far too mature for their age. Officially, the Met Gala enforces a strict 18 and over policy, which makes that conversation even more charged. Still, this year, Beyoncé and Jay-Z brought blue. At just 14, Ivy appeared in styling that many people felt looked far older than her age. Because of that, some critics argue this goes beyond simple embarrassment and becomes part of a deeper kind of symbolism or attention-driven spectacle. From that perspective, the celebrities involved are seen in two ways at once: as people caught inside the machine and also as participants who help keep it moving. What makes the conversation even more unsettling, according to those viewers, is the role the public plays in it all. Every repost, every reaction, and every round of online discussion can end up giving the moment even more power and visibility. Naturally, that has sparked a bigger debate around the Met Gala itself. For some, it is just another high-profile fashion event that invites dramatic interpretations every single year. Others believe certain images, themes, and presentations may carry messages that deserve a closer look. That is where Katt Williams enters the discussion. Some people think he is overanalyzing the event and connecting dots that are not really there. Meanwhile, others feel his comments about ritual symbolism and Baphomet references raise questions worth taking seriously. Even if not everyone agrees with his conclusions, the real controversy is not just what happens on the carpet, but how audiences interpret it afterward. Public reaction can turn a single appearance into a massive cultural flashpoint almost overnight. Now, it's your turn to weigh in. Is Katt Williams reading too much into the Met Gala, or do you believe there may be some truth behind what he suggested? Share your thoughts in the comments and stick around for the next video.